Okay, so just my second quick video. I have somewhat unpacked everything, unboxed, and kind of spread everything out to a degree. Obviously, here's all the different kinds of lines, much thicker ones, obviously anchor lines, very thin rigging lines, to some thicker ones. Here's some wire. I'm not exactly sure what, I haven't gotten far along enough to know what that's for yet, but they give you plenty of different kinds of lines, a bunch of different little pieces of metal. Some of it is detailed. Some of it's the grid work, obviously you can see through that. Big plates, two random big plates. One's much thicker than the other. I don't want to bend those. Some of this stuff's pretty cool. I will give them this much. The attention to detail, they didn't skimp on that part. Some of these pieces here. So like I left this piece up here because you can see that stuff is just, that's really cool. I like that a lot. This piece here, that's why this one's sitting on top, because this is very, very detailed. This other piece here, this is very thin. This one here has the name on there, but these engravings, of course, they're only on one side. But still, that's, I'm going to assume that's along the mast somewhere, the front of the ship, excuse me. A lot of these pieces are very, very detailed. These are all the upper parts of the mast. Which I'm a little confused. I know that that's a rudder right there. I know that. This would be the front. I'm not sure what all that's for. Obviously, those are going to be lifeboats. Not sure. Not sure. There are very thick pieces, and as you can tell, like this here. One's extremely thick and one's somewhat thin. So I'm not sure. I haven't gotten far enough to be able to say this is what this stuff's for and that's what that stuff's for. Obviously, this is all the parts of the main hull, which, as you can tell, this is a very, very substantial hull. There's all these pieces here. This goes like that. So I'm going to wager, there's the front, so this roughly go about there, I think. So that, and then that's, so from roughly here to here, that's the other piece, but roughly that's how, if I line that out, of course I'm just laying these on top of each other and eyeballing where I think they line up at. That's the overall length of this. So here's my how to build. As a model builder, a plastic model builder, this right here is not what I was hoping to see. I'm gonna have to remember my days of blueprint reading to figure out how to do all this. Obviously, if I can have all this stuff in here, I somewhat have a little bit of skill in blueprint reading. Not this degree though. So that's everything. Again, all these little pieces. There's my parts list right there, which I thought originally was the instruction manual. Yeah, not really. This, I haven't gotten far into this yet enough, reading. I haven't read these books. Anyway, that's hurting my head just looking at that. But here's continuing on from where we left off here, and then we squirreled, which is my normal thing. All of these little tinies. I mean, you can see how small those are. The detail in all of this is very, 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 very impressive. I did not undo any of the guns. That's what all this is. From what I can tell right off the bat, there's a lot of flashing on this stuff. I don't know if you can see it through, you can see it right there on this one. So these guns are, they're rough. I assume these are all pewter. Not sure what kind of metal this is. Obviously, I have not opened this enough. A lot of this stuff looks pewter from my days of D&D playing with little pewter guys from my younger childhood. This bell. You can kind of see a little bit of the flashing on that. There's a little bit right there on that edge. That one actually doesn't look that bad. But all the other little teeny tiny pieces. This is all getting into the rigging, which I only laid this stuff out just to get a view of what it all looks like. I assume I'll need these right off the bat for nailing the planking in once I get the main hull pulled apart. Now, I don't intend to sit here and do a video of me taking all these parts apart. What I'll probably do is sit here, get all these pieces undone, put some of them together. Well, I'll try to video some of the putting together stuff. Again, I'm doing this all from my phone. My GoPro's dead. I don't have a regular camera. Well, my wife has a camera. I don't. And I'm already been told. I'm already been told? I have already been told. Yes, I do speak English sometimes. I have already been told that I am not allowed to touch her cameras. So, my video quality is going to be filming with a potato. Potato. Anyway, this gives you an idea of further along down the line how crazy this is going to get. This is the main deck right here, looking down, bird's eye view, so that when you're doing the decking, you can see here's the front of the ship. This is all the bow, I believe, is the bow. I don't know what each mizzen mast, foremast, main mast, I don't know what all those things are called, which ones are which. So, forgive me for being stupid. Obviously, the fact that I am tackling a project that is way beyond my skill level should tell everybody exactly how stupid I am. But I am here for everyone's entertainment. Hopefully, I will not have to throw too many things. At least I have plenty of other wood in my space. I can throw those pieces to hopefully not throw these ones. All right. Here's my other problem. I've already had one back surgery, so leaning over things, that's why I've got a very quasi-tall workspace, work area, so I don't have to sit and hunch over everything. My problem is I can only work for roughly 30 minutes before I start wearing out. I've already been down here for 45 to an hour, just opening, sifting, moving, quasi-reading. So I'm already worn out. So I doubt I'm going to get into any more of this tonight. I assume that this entire build, let's see here, we'll just say it's January 1st. It's evening of December 31st. I'm not doing anything else tonight. I will probably start on this tomorrow morning some, of which I will get into taking these pieces apart, trying to get this main hull part glued up tomorrow. So basically my hope is to get all of this first page, which has all these parts are just showing these are all the parts you're going to end up needing. Here again is the main hull, which I am somewhat confused. It shows these 3 parts, center keel, 2 required, 1/8 inch thick. So there's 2 required. That's an 1/8 inch. Huh. There's a little hole. I wonder if these glue together. They have to. Because that right there, I don't know if you can see this or not. Yep. Can't really tell because of the shadow, but I'm lined up on that line. And I have that much on the other side, which is roughly that thickness right there, looks like. This is the same thickness. Yeah, that's roughly, that shadow is really messing with me. I'm in a bad spot here. Anyway, you can see it better from this. Get my hand out of the way. So that's that thickness. So that's why there are 2 of them. That answers that question. I was sitting here scratching my head wondering, I was like, why is there two of the same piece? Obviously, you got to glue them together to get them to fit in the parts here. So basically, anybody who doesn't know, if you've never built one of these before, like me, I do know this much. Each of these pieces fit down into these. So, and obviously there's the bottom part. I wish I weren't already hurting because I'd love to start pulling parts and putting this together, but that's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. So I think where I will start up tomorrow is after I get back down here and pull all these parts, pull all these apart. That's gonna be just fun in itself because these are extremely thick pieces and they have very thick parts still holding them together. That's going to be fun trying to get that out of there without breaking everything. I'm like a bull in a china closet. This is, I'm about to have a heart attack because of my anxiety. It's just like, what did I get myself into? Why didn't you just stick to playing Xbox? Because you're an idiot. That's the answer right there. Play Xbox for starters. Okay. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.